In February 2005, this man Lee breaks into the home of a waitress who works for his family's restaurant in the Quincy section of Boston. After gaining access, he bound her with zip ties, held her at knife point, he choked her, and he raped her. Lee wore a mask and gloves to remain anonymous. But unfortunately for him, she was able to figure out who he was due to the bad-smelling breath he always had at work. He was purposely avoided for this reason, and the smell was so bad. It was easy for her to point investigators in the right direction. This was later corroborated by DNA evidence. The Quincy police detectives investigated and swiftly apprehended Lee, who was arrested and sat for a while, but was eventually granted a $100,000 cash bail, which he posted and was free. In 2007, during the course of the trial, the prosecution at some point rested its case, and Lee did testify, but immediately after he fled the state before the closing arguments. He was still convicted even while absent, and he remained a fugitive for 16 years. Despite his horrible-smelling breath, Lee was able to meet a millionaire girlfriend in California who owned a successful floral shop, and together they lived in her $4 million mansion. She had no idea about his true identity or his 2007 conviction in Massachusetts for the 2005 kidnapping and rape. He was living under the alias Randy Lee, but his real name is Twin Lee. After so many years on the run, his luck ran out, and in 2024 he was arrested in Danville, CA, and was extradited right back to the same court in Dedham, Massachusetts. He apologized, and his attorney hoped for a light sentence, describing how he was bullied and beaten in jail early on, attacked regularly, and even bitten, so he was terrified of going back to jail. And this was the only reason he fled. The judge didn't buy it, and he was sentenced to 18 to 20 years in prison. I guess it's back to being behind the walls he desperately feared. And I would say there's two valuable lessons to learn here. Don't rape people and be careful who you move in your home.
5. But it wasn't the face you see here that the female victim remembered. It was his breath, his bad breath. The female victim told police that the attacker's breath reminded her of her boss. Lee was arrested and identified by DNA in his horrible breath. His case went to trial in Norfolk County with a jury finding him guilty on all charges, but